Now, new, live, and local, and every weekday from 8 to 9 a.m. This is the show talking about what you want to know, what you need to know, and part of Wolf Boom Radio's mission to use our voice to build our community. The all-new Delaware County Today, presented by Muncie Community Schools. Now on WMUN, the Talk of Muncie. Here's your host, Director of News Operations and lead morning anchor, Steve Lindell.
Live from Studio B, people are talking about the weather, wet, and maybe some sandbags needed. We'll talk about that with our in-studio guest. BSU men are out. We'll explain the scenario. It was an overtime win last night here on WMUN, but tiebreakers don't help us. Hi, hello, and good morning once again from Studio B on the campus of Wolf Boom Radio. We begin Delaware County Today every day in the same fashion. That is hearing from our meteorologist in charge. He is WMUN's Paul Poteet.
Good morning. Rain totals have been highest so far to the south of us. We've seen around 1/4 of an inch in Muncie yesterday, and there was almost 3 inches around Indianapolis. Flood watches continue for the southern part of Indiana. Not that we're going to be spared showers. A chance of them through the morning today. There's probably going to be a break for a while in the midday and early to mid-afternoon. And then rain becomes likely with some thunder possible as we head into the evening. High today, 55. Low tonight of 48. And tomorrow, periods of rain at any point during the day and some thunder possible, 64. The chance for showers and storms will be smaller on Friday. And the temperature gets bigger, 73. Showers and storms likely with the passage of a weather maker Saturday, and 64 will be the high. Should be pretty nice Sunday. Into the low 60s with sunshine. Mid-60s, same on Monday. But we'll crank up the rain machine again Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That's WMUN Muncie weather. And now, back to Steve.
Well done, Paul Poteet. Hourly weather updates here on WMUN and the rest of our Wolf Boom radio stations, because we know you listen to all of our 6 formats, of course. I'm Steve Lindell. This is John Catino. He's sitting right there in our Studio B. He is the director of the Delaware County Emergency Management Agency. No emergencies right now, right, John?
No emergencies, Steve. Morning.
But you're always planning and preparing.
We are prepared and planning all the time.
The most imminent threat is the amount of rain that we might get over the next few days that Paul was just talking about. How does that affect your planning, and what do you want people to know about that?
So, yeah, that's one thing that we always have to watch out for here is flooding, flash flooding. And so one of the things that we do for preparedness efforts is our sandbag locations. In Delaware County, we have 2 of them. We have one at the fairgrounds with sandbags there as well. And we also have a newer location. It used to be out on 12th Street, but now we're out by the County Highway Barn on 32. There's a big sand pile there with some sandbags as well. So, they're there. They're bring your own shovel, fill your own bags, take what you need. Those are one of those situations where we want you to go ahead and do that ahead of time if you are in one of those areas that, it's prone to flooding. So be prepared. Fill them up, take them home. You don't want to wait until your house is actively flooding. So please take advantage of those. We'll keep an eye on the sandbags and the sand, make sure there's plenty there for everybody. So just kind of be weather aware and watch for that.
All right, and you just never know. We've already had tornadoes in February, not even into March, down south. It thankfully didn't impact us immediately in the area here, but you just never know about Indiana weather, do you, John?
That's right.
Henryville was an anniversary recently. It was last week or the week before, I think.
Correct.
And that was obviously a really big and bad one. We're on WMUN's Delaware County Today in Studio B with John Catino, talking all things emergency. Off of the weather for a second now. You always are out in the community, you and your staff and your volunteers. You have an event or 2 coming up, don't you?
Yeah, so to go along with the preparedness stuff, we are getting out in the public more often, and so we have a couple events coming up. I know this Saturday, Deputy Director Kissick will be out there with Kyle Johnson at the IDEA conference at Ball State. They'll have a booth set up, handing out family preparedness packets and some other information, and maybe an opportunity to be put in for a drawing for a free weather radio at that event. And then also at the Farm Fest, that's always a big turnout, a lot of schools, a lot of kids. So it's good to see them and also get those packets into their families' hands to start working on, and another opportunity to win a couple weather radios. So
yeah. At the Farm Festival, we plan on being there one of the 2 mornings, 17th and 18th of March, sound right?
That's correct.
And the second day, now this isn't emergency related, but that's the pedal pull. Maybe you need to have an ambulance there just in case, because those kids go hard.
Yeah. Corey, I might enter Corey into that event. So
and there's a 60 pound limit, so you might want to check on that and all of it. It's for the littler kids at the Farm Festival. Steve Lindell here in studio of WMUN's Delaware County Today. John Catino is our guest. Training and planning ahead and resource material. You have a lot of that, and I was scanning your website this morning. Tell people how to get at any and all of that information, would you, John?
Yeah, so you can go through our Facebook page, dcema.com, and then it takes you to a link for our Facebook page. Another good site that we've been pushing to is ready.gov. That's kind of where we've drawn our family preparedness packets from. They have a lot of good information on just different types of things that you should be prepared for: winter weather, summer weather, severe weather, all that stuff. So there's a lot of good information on that ready.gov website as well.
And I know on your regular website, too, I have it called up on our video screen right now. There's a lot of links and helpful things there, too, as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep. And that's the link that our Facebook page is there's a lot of good stuff on there. So, all those websites are great. And then, of course, at these events, come see us, and we'll be glad to talk to you about it.
John, how long have you been doing this particular job, the leader position,
This year will be 11 years.
Good for you.
Or leadership, about 6 years, but total 11 years.
And I've never asked you this in all of our interviews. Why did you choose this line of work? Now, the reason I ask is because never a dull moment. The moment that everything seems like calm, cool, collected, nothing's going on, lots of shoes drop, it seems like, and then stuff starts hitting the fan. Why do you choose to be in this line of work?
It takes a special person, and I've been in public safety since I was 15. So
really,
since I started as a cadet in Albany, and then went into the fire service, and then went to the police department. So EMA kind of brings all those disciplines together. So I'm not just confined to only doing police work or fire work. I can kind of work with everybody now, and then apply what I've learned throughout my years of service to all those disciplines.
I would assume that having all those pieces and parts of experience, now that you mention it, would be helpful for you to interact and to interface with all of them in an emergency situation.
Sure, yeah. So I understand a lot of their roles. Now I may have forgotten a few of those, but I have a basic understanding of what it is that they're trying to accomplish in some of these events, and it helps me to work with them, understanding what they need and how to get for them.
If you ever want to volunteer, by the way, folks, I bet you have some positions available for that sort of work.
On our Facebook page, there is a link for you to fill out an application to volunteer. We have a couple different divisions, and we'll see what fits you best and try and get people in there as we have spots open up.
All right. John Catino, always a pleasure. Thank you for your service and your work for all of us to keep us all safe.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Absolutely. John Catino, our guest, as we start up this hour-long piece of information and sharing and lifting up our community. Getting closer to the bottom of the hour, that's when we'll have Coach Maloney in here. That's 2 days in a row that I'm wearing cardinal red because we're chirping for Ball State baseball, the home opening series this weekend, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday games that will be heard, weather permitting, here on WMUN with that big announcement we just made, 20-plus games that will be live and on the radio and in color, by the way. I don't know if we shared that in the press release or not. In color on the radio. More coming in a moment. Delaware County Today on WMUN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-515-1771. That's 800-515-1771. 800-515-1771.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox, and whether you're actively trading or planning for the long term, Webull gives you the tools to invest your way. Trade stocks and ETFs with real-time data, explore cash management, or build toward the future with IRAs and retirement accounts all on one platform. Now with Vega, your personal market AI assistant can give real-time analysis, watch list insights, and alerts when earnings drop. Download the Webull app today or visit Webull.com and take control of your investments.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosure.
You love your land. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love all the great deals. With versatile compact tractors, professional-grade mowers, and durable utility vehicles, Kubota equipment can help you turn dream projects into reality. Kubota Orange Days is here, and so are the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Go to KubotaOrangeDays.com or stop by your local dealer for more information.
Want to hear more? Replays uploaded daily on WMUNmuncie.com. Now back to Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell. Presented by Muncie Community Schools.
And on our clock on the wall, we have about 8:17 in Muncie, Indiana, USA, and we have our local news summary segment ready to go right now on WMUN. One of our lead items is actually a fatality. A Yorktown woman was killed on Tuesday. The crash was on Cornbread Road. I think we reported this first on our WLBC with Gary Joseph. This happened just before 6 p.m. yesterday. Today is March the 4th. Chief Deputy Jeff Stanley, Delaware County Sheriff's Department, told the Star Press that the crash happened at the 5700 block of West Cornbread Road. The victim's name is being withheld pending notification of family members. We saw first word of this with a bystander photo that was on social media page yesterday. We're always very careful to report, or rather not report, until facts are known. We have those facts this morning, but again, the name not released just yet of the fatality. The rest of our local news summary airs now here on WMUN. Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddy breaks down on what's happening with gas prices and how the conflict in Iran is feeding into what you're paying at the pump.
We've already seen quite the jump at the pump across much of the Great Lakes. Indianapolis seeing prices yesterday jump up to $3.29 a gallon. For now, we could see another jump here later this week. That would be pretty rare to see two cycles in a single week.
Special Olympics Indiana concludes its 27th Polar Plunge season Thursday through Saturday at Eagle Creek. This year, the organization hopes to top the $1 million raised last season. If you want to jump in or support a plunger, head to polarplungein.org. Jeanette Cruz, Network Indiana.
State Representative James Tallarico is now projected to win the Texas Democratic primary for U.S. Senate over Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. An intensely fought primary on the Republican side. Meantime, longtime Senator John Cornyn and MAGA favorite Ken Paxton are heading to a May runoff in the Texas Republican Senate primary.
It's too late to catch the view of the blood moon yesterday morning, but the backyard astronomer Gary Boyle told Delaware County Today he can answer your questions about the next big celestial event.
My website is www.wondersofastronomy.com, and I'd like to answer any and all questions people might have. I don't do astrology. That's the other guy. But if you have any questions on what's happening, telescopes, buyer beware. Stay away from those big box stores.
A North Judson man died after being accidentally shot while hunting raccoons in Fulton County.
The Indiana Department of Natural Resources says the incident occurred when a hunter fired at a raccoon climbing a tree, and the bullet ricocheted and then hit a man named Andrew Boots in the abdomen. John Herrick, Network Indiana.
Muncie Central, Alexandria, and Elwood are among 40 schools that will compete in the 10th annual Champions Together Unified Bowling State Tournament, March 14th in Indianapolis. Each team features at least 2 Special Olympians on the 5-person team. According to a post on their own website, Vera Mae's Bistro has closed in downtown Muncie. The restaurant was sold to Accutech Systems Corp. In 2022, and at the time, in a press release, Accutech President Adam Unger said the acquisition fit perfectly within their mission of, quote, making great things happen for other people, unquote. We have reached out for a comment and will report back. Elwood has a unique NCAA tournament-inspired wrinkle for its Class 2A boys basketball sectional this week. Panthers AD Rick Van Skyok told the Anderson Journal Morning Show that teams will be able to advance their school's name on a bracket visible in the gym following the completion of each contest.
When you go to the March Madness games, it's pretty cool when you see those teams get their little bracket nameplate and they go over and slap it on the wall.
Governor Mike Braun opened a meeting on Monday by addressing U.S. airstrikes in Iran, calling the military invasion long overdue and praising what he described as decisive leadership from President Trump.
Share the president's hope that they will lay down their arms and the Iranian people themselves will usher in a new government focused on prosperity rather than terror.
CENTCOM says the U.S. is very clearly focused on degrading Iran's military capabilities on land and at sea, crippling the Iranian Navy and its ability to control the commercially critical Strait of Hormuz.
Madison County Board of Commissioners candidate Michael Geringer is suing the Madison County Election Board after he was removed from the Republican primary ballot. The election board says it cannot confirm that Geringer voted in the 2008 Republican primary.
Take a pause.
Sooner, a Bengal tiger living at the Hillcrest Park Zoo in Clovis, New Mexico, was miserable with arthritis. So they added CBD oil to Sooner's meals. A lot of visitors have been asking if Sooner the tiger maybe Stoner the tiger?
There's no THC in it, so they're not out here getting high.
Take pause. Joel Nato, Fox News.
Indiana is short more than 4,000 nurses, but a new partnership in Bloomington is looking to change that.
Bloomington philanthropists Connie and Steve Ferguson are helping Ivy Tech Bloomington expand its nursing school. Their new endowed fund enlarges clinical training and covers better equipment. It also supports faculty salaries and professional development. By teaming up with IU Health and the IU Health Foundation, the Fergusons are making sure the nursing workforce has a steady stream of new caregivers ready to step in and help. Jake McDaniel, Network Indiana.
Former Delcom super and current Hamilton Southeastern School Superintendent Patrick Mapes has announced he'll resign April 13th. He was with Delcom Schools for many years before that. Indiana University AD Scott Dolson is scheduled to go to the White House on Friday for a college sports roundtable.
He'll be there with more than 30 college sports leaders. Dolson couldn't go into specifics about what will be discussed in the closed-door session, but he did say the university has received a lot of positive attention ever since the IU football team won the national title.
We want to maximize the experience for all of our student athletes, academically, athletically, personally, in every way. And by football doing what they're doing, I think gives everyone confidence that we can do it.
President Trump is supposed to be the chair of the roundtable, which is subject to delay or cancellation at any time. John Herrick, Network Indiana.
Postseason boys basketball action continues tonight on our WMUN. Daleville battles Westdell in the 1A sectional at Westdell. Pregame 5:30 p.m. Video on that, too. The Madison County Lincoln Club and its officers are asking for a defamation lawsuit filed against them by Republican State Senate candidate Catherine Callahan be dismissed. More local every day on our free wolfboomnews.com. On WMUN, more news in the way of sports coverage. Now, the Ball State men's basketball team, they tried. They were victorious last night, but it turns out to be not enough because of tiebreakers and the way the whole point system works. There is now no path, according to Kevin Messenger. He's the resource on that to make sure I had it correct this morning. He's in charge of such things at Ball State University and the communication department for athletics. And unfortunately, no postseason, no MAC for the Ball State University men. They are home Friday for senior night. We have that game here on WMUN. Now let's flip our page, literally, the piece of paper here. Let's get a snapshot of your day today.
It's March 4th, and this is your Fox Daily Snapshot. It's National Hug a GI Day. Those who serve and have served this nation in the armed forces deserve our support. The term GI used to refer to Army personnel, but over time it now encompasses all members of the military. So take a moment out of your day to give a pat on the back or shake the hand of someone who has served. Let them know their sacrifice does not go unnoticed. Also on this date, in 1789, the first U.S. Congress meets under the new Constitution in New York City's Federal Hall. And in 1989, the Louvre Pyramids by artist I.M. Pei are inaugurated by French President Francois Mitterrand. The structures can be found in the courtyard of the museum. If it's your birthday today, you share it with Baroque composer Antonio Vivaldi, born in 1678, and actress Catherine O'Hara, born in 1954. I'm Tushar Saxena, and that's your Fox Daily Snapshot.
On WMUN, an affiliate of Fox News Radio, updates right around the top of the hour with lots to watch and catch, updates about Iran and more. Stand by for those updates when you want and need to know what's going on. All right, the lighter side of news is actually sports, and we have a Cardinal Red weekend coming up. I'll explain. Guest in Studio B, the coach is in the house here on WMUN.
My name is Aisha Allen, the principal at Northview Elementary, home of the Rockets. All students receive exceptional instruction, not only in core areas like reading, writing, and math, but also in music, art, and physical education. We also offer Project Lead the Way STEM education. Our third graders had a near 90% passing rate on the iRead 3 assessment. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.
Muncie Community Schools, placing learners first.
Every hour of every day, Fox News Radio is there with the latest breaking news and information you rely on.
This is a Fox News Alert.
I'm Lisa Brady.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
With Fox News correspondents around the globe.
At the White House, Simon Owen in London.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The news that matters most to you. The top headlines, all in one place. America is listening to Fox News Radio.
Updates hourly on the Talk of Muncie, the new WMUN.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. You ever feel like running a business is just nonstop? Every day's game day? That's why going pro with Lenovo Pro just makes sense. You get real one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and gear that's built to help you stay ahead of the competition. So whether you're scaling up, hiring up, or just trying to keep up, go pro. Because when your tech works harder, your business does too. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. So sign up free today at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier-to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Live, weekdays from 8 to 9 a.m. with replays later. This is the Daily Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell.
We are in Studio B. I am wearing Cardinal Red because I always dress for the room. The coach of the baseball squad, Rich Maloney, is in here. Wayward Traveler Rich Maloney and your squad. I'm sorry I missed that last road trip. I should have asked to see if I could carry your bat bag or something, Coach.
Well, Hawaii was quite an experience for our young men, without question. None of them had been to Hawaii, and we knew that would be a good experience. Just the culture and the different things that they would have available to them. And we knew we were playing a really good Hawaii team, so we knew it was going to be real tough getting on the West Coast like that. But nevertheless, it was a good experience. Got to visit Pearl Harbor.
Oh, wow. Wow. Had you ever been able to do that one? I've not.
No, never have. And the USS Missouri as well. And so that was a another educational experience for the boys.
It's another one of those things that when sports teams, Ball State and other schools, when they make those kinds of road trips, they're obviously there for the athletics part of it, but you're always good enough, kind enough, Ball State University, to have that experiential stuff for the guys, in this case, to have access to that kind of history and that kind of stuff. Now, we come back to the friendly confines. Shebeck Stadium is the place for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How you feeling about being home again in Muncie, Indiana?
I got to tell you, when the plane finally landed, we were so excited to get back home. I mean, it's a long journey. It's like a 10.5-hour flight. We had a 3-hour layover. And so, it was a long day getting there and a long day getting back. Basically, a whole day is spent. And then to get back home on our own ground, and the guys, I'm sure, are sleeping in today until we have practice, because we got some work to do.
Back on the Hawaii trip for just one quick second here. How do you keep the student athletes focused on the ball game? I mean, I would be, I call it squirrel moments, when I get, oh, look at that, there's a palm tree, and, there's a ball that flies past them in the game. How do you do that as a coach?
Well, I think that's one of the challenges when you take a trip like that. You know that going in, that there's going to be a lot of distractions, which coaches don't really like.
Yeah, right. Distractions,
but
not good.
Nevertheless, we thought the overall experience would be something memorable for them in their lifetime. And like I say, seeing Pearl Harbor, Missouri was important. And they, but during the day they would go, they do some swimming, they go some snorkeling. They did whatever they wanted until we had the team get together in the early afternoon. So they had the mornings to themselves. So anyway, and a lot of their families came, so that was nice.
Very nice. Rich Maloney is the guest. Ball State baseball will be heard right here on WMUN. Our most aggressive schedule of Ball State baseball ever. I've been around for 32 years. We may have done a handful of games here and there, but there is a lot of stuff that has come together. Kurt Darling, our sports director, and a whole lot of other folks have worked short and hard, because things came together really quickly. And part of that was Mr. Shebeck helping out. I had Jeff Mitchell in here just yesterday in your same chair that you're in, Coach. He said that you and Mr. Shebeck have a great relationship, and that probably dates back to when he played ball here?
Yeah, we played against each other, ironically.
Oh, really?
And then when I became the coach, we got to know each other. And it's certainly the second time around is when Mike and I really, really connected at a deep level. Him and my wife Kelly and his wife Katie and all of us together collectively. And we're so thankful for the contributions that they've been so generous in helping us. We're excited this locker room is going to get going here momentarily. And then for him to help out on this, to get us radio coverage to help with that, is very significant. This is something we've been trying to get out in the community with all the great players we've had here over the years. And kind of been a hidden secret for a while, to be honest with you. And excited that the coverage will come now, and to have your great radio station covering us, gives us a stronger presence in the area.
And we're happy to do it. WMUN live coverage begins at 1:45 on Friday for the first of the weekend series. Weather permitting, we always have to watch that and everything. And I imagine there's a system in place, Coach, for how and when any sort of timing changes are tweaked up. And if we're close to social media and or our radio media, that'll be the best way to track all of that stuff, right?
Yeah, certainly ballstatesports.com. You click on baseball and you'll get all the information that you need there. And then certainly we'll be in total contact with you guys should there be any changes. I think right now I actually think we're going to have a decent weather weekend. There'll be some rain here and there, but with our fully turf field, I fully expect that we'll get all the games in.
I can't wait. I can't wait indeed. Coach Rich Maloney is our guest here. Let's go through the stars that you have, the guys that you have. This is a great team again this year, and you've had some great seasons, especially in recent history here.
Yeah, we've been on a good run without question. I mean, it's consistency's been a good thing in our program. We've had a lot of great players pass through. We're going to try to do it again. This is the first year that we had, we have 23 new players. So we knew
23 new players.
Yeah. So with that being said,
yay, portal.
It's going to take it takes a while for everyone to for us as coaches to figure out who should be where and doing what. And so this has been a learning experience. I think all the other teams are in the learning experience for the most part too. So hopefully we can come out of it well. I think the consistency in our program is a strength, and we fully expect to compete for a championship like we've been competing for many years now. We got arch rival Central coming in, and they're in a similar boat to us. Two teams on paper look very similar. And it's one of our arch rivals. So this is a big weekend for us to go. But some of our star players, Brendan Garza pitched a complete game against Hawaii. We won 1-0 in front of about 4,400 people. It was an epic game, and so good to see him go. And we're going to have him pitch on Friday night. Keegan Johnson, the projected pitcher of the year. Keegan struggled a bit so far, but he is he's not so far off. The last game against Hawaii, he looked pretty good. So we're hoping he can take it to that next level, which would add a lot to us.
Coach Rich Maloney is our guest. I'm Steve Lindell. I'm not a sports guy. However, sometimes I have promotional ideas, and I've done this to you before. I've joked that President Mearns was going to be on a day or two later after a previous guest appearance here by Coach Rich Maloney, and I wondered if he would like for me to pitch to President Mearns that we enclose the stadium, we put the dome up, and so on and so forth. You made that same noise, too, when I asked you that last time. But with Mike Shebeck and automatic pool covers, I have a promotional idea. What if he and his company could create and construct something unique and different that is an automatic Shebeck Stadium cover? Just an idea. What do you think?
Man, that would be historic, Steve. I think it'd be historic. If anybody could do it, I think Mike could, for sure.
That is fantastic. You didn't know I was going to go there, did you?
Yeah. I love it.
Any last words before we wrap
Well,
this up?
I'd just like to say that I hope the community come out and support these boys. Like I say, we've had a lot of great kids pass through, and we expect 5 in the big leagues, possibly 7 at some point this year. And those players played right here at Ball State. And a lot of people I don't think they really realized that. And so come out, enjoy the games, listen to the broadcast. We could use the support, so I appreciate all of the Muncie community.
Awesome. He is as excited as he seems to be, though a little tired this morning because of the travel and everything. He loves a good day at the ballpark. He's Rich Maloney, the Ball State Cardinal baseball coach. Thanks very much again, Coach.
Thanks, Steve. We really appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Happy to do it. We are coming back with more in a minute on WMUN.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. The new bi-state tolling body that oversees financing for the Interstate 69 Ohio River Crossing project has unanimously approved 3 resolutions, including one that sets the initial toll rates for the future bridge. If current projections hold, drivers of standard passenger vehicles would pay $3.14 per crossing with a prepaid account and transponder, while drivers billed by mail using their license plate would pay $6.25. Jasper Rubber Products in DuBois County is reportedly set to close its doors next month as its parent company continues through Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings. Michigan-based First Brands Group has informed employees that Jasper Rubber's facilities will close and layoffs will commence April 30th. Jasper's mayor told our partners at WEHT Channel 25 the move will impact 330 workers. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar. Because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
You're driving along, you see the yellow vest. Underneath those yellow vests is a husband, a wife, a son, or daughter. Let them go home tonight, because everyone deserves to go home from work alive. Hi, this is Kelly Watson, business manager of Liona Laborers Local 1112, representing road workers all throughout East Central Indiana. Our laborers work to keep your roads safe to drive on. The best thing you can do is keep the roads safe for us to work on. Slow down, save a life. Learn more at Liona1112.org and feel the power with Liona.
Every hour of every day, Fox News Radio is there with the latest breaking news and information you rely on.
This is a Fox News alert.
I'm Lisa Brady.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
With Fox News correspondents around the globe.
At the White House, Simon Owen in London.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The news that matters most to you. The top headlines, all in one place. America is listening to Fox News Radio.
Updates hourly on the Talk of Muncie, the new WMUN. Listen to Delaware County Today on Alexa. Just enable the skill, then say, Alexa, play WMUN. Now back to Steve Lindell.
Thank you, Tom Campbell, the voice of WMUN. High school boys basketball last night was exciting. Muncie Central Bearcats won their game, win and advance, and then there was also the Yorktown victory, too. And we had coverage here on WMUN with our video-only coverage last night because of Ball State timing. And we have our Oldies 101 coverage, too. We'll watch and tweak up our regular plan that we had. A lot of contingencies were in effect for the if and then scenarios. Or is it scenario? I think from what Kurt Darling, our sports director, who was just in the room talking to Rich Maloney a moment ago as he was leaving Studio B, that there is likely now a Blake FM game Friday night. That is one of our stations in the Wolf Boom radio group. We use our voice and our faces in Studio B to build and connect our community and our student athletes, too. We'll get that coverage all put together. Wouldn't be surprised if Kurt Darling might even have a social media post floating around already that you might have access to if you jump on your phone or your mobile device that you have handy there. This is WMUN's Delaware County Today. As you've heard from WMUN meteorologist Paul Poteet, we've got some warmer weather. You may have heard me say, I don't know, did I share this or not? That I plan on perhaps firing up the smoker in the backyard at Wolf Boom Radio's Northwest Muncie compound, just outside of my home studio. In fact, I'm not just maybe doing it, I'm smoking a pork butt this weekend, folks. I'll tell you more as that story develops. But what you're going to want to know is brushing the grill is a smart thing, but make sure that your brush is safe to use.
This is House Call for Health. The weather is getting warmer, and for some, that means outdoor grilling on the way, but millions of brushes used on grills are being pulled from shelves due to concerns about internal injuries. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says more than 3 million Weber metal wire bristle grill brushes are being recalled. The commission says 6 different types of grill brushes are affected. The agency says small metal wire bristles may stick to grill grates and end up in food, posing a risk for serious internal injuries that could require surgery. The commission says there have been at least 38 reports made of bristles detaching, with 4 requiring medical attention to remove the bristles from a throat or digestive tract. The recalled brushes were sold in-store or online at Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, Target, Weber.com, some even popping up on eBay. Consumers are being urged to stop using them immediately and contact Weber for a replacement. For more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
On WMUN, News Talk, Sports Talk, Community Talk, Talk Radio of Muncie. Hold on a second here. Ed Knatzer, friend of the radio show, writes via text, and I quote, do you have a smoker permit? I don't think that's required, sir. Thank you very much, though, Smarty Pants. We interact with our friends and our listeners and our counterparts. We do that a whole lot of different ways. We do that here from our Studio B, and again, we do have that YouTube page, which is being populated with more and more content. every day and every week, and more to come, too. We have a lot of irons in the fire. If you have ideas of things you'd like to have considered as show content, we very much like those ideas. Feel free to reach out with an email, WMUN@woofboom.com, WMUN, that's the call letters, at woof like the dog, boom like the firecracker.com, and we'll be glad to consider anything. Let's see. President Trump is focused on an election security bill ahead of the midterms, but there are obstacles.
I'm Chad Pergram with the Speaker's Lobby. State of the Union speeches are all about aspirations. Aspirations are the quintessence of State of the Union speeches, what presidents aspire to do and what a Congress wants Congress to do. President Trump wants Congress to pass the SAVE Act. It requires proof of citizenship to vote. The House already passed the measure, but it needs to command 60 yeas to overcome a Senate filibuster. However, in his request to pass the bill, Mr. Trump was silent on ending the filibuster to approve the bill. Senate Majority Leader John Thune has resisted altering the Senate's filibuster customs and precedents to pass the SAVE Act. He also says there isn't the support to get it done. Then there's the aspiration about prohibiting lawmakers from trading stocks. But the bill lacks the vote so far. There's an old expression that the president proposes and Congress disposes. It's certainly possible that even a GOP Congress does that this year with some of President Trump's legislative wishes. But that doesn't handicap presidential aspirations. After all, even presidents can dream. With the Speaker's Lobby, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
On WMUN, News Talk, Sports Talk, Community Talk, and Tony Katz Talk, noon to 3 today. He is not in Studio B. He's in Studio TK. You can actually watch his YouTube page. I was just last night, I was reviewing some of the things that he does and ways that he does that, and I was actually considering the possibility that maybe we might revise some of our video situations here in Studio B. I like to learn. I like to watch and emulate. Tony Katz Today is on the radio, noon to 3 today and every weekday on WMUN. What are we at? 8:46 now. In fact, we're almost 8:47. From time to time, I reference for you the master page of listeners. Right now, there's just a handful. You can see those dots. Those are actual IP addresses. Mama in Minnesota is there. California just clicked on with another one or two listeners, and Chicagoland, Sister Sherry in Portland, Oregon was on earlier. I can't see her on the screen right now, but that is another way that we can make sure that you're out there. Now, that is just the Alexa device and the streaming method of listening. We have far more. The vast majority of our audience is on our terrestrial radio frequencies. Specifically speaking, that's the 92 FM, the 92.5 FM, that is, and the 1340 AM. We are available on all those other means, those ways, because you need to be able to get at us the way that you want to get at us. So we have invested much time, effort, and Mr. Chapman's dough to make sure that you have those abilities. Coming up this weekend, and we mentioned it earlier this hour again, the IDEA Conference is happening. WMUN and Wolf Boom Radio has been a sponsor and supporter of that event through the years, and we will have coverage probably on Monday morning of anything that transpires there. It really is all about the ideas, neighborhood associations coming together, and others too, movers and shakers and people with ideas to help make the community even better and stronger and brighter and nicer, and that's all useful and good. So tip of the cap to everybody involved with that event and all the others that happen all the time in our midst, in Muncie and Delaware County specifically and beyond. Looking at our sports schedule on the Wolf Boom Radio Group for Purdue fans, boiler up. Tonight on Oldies 101, there's a 7:30 broadcast. That will be on Oldies 101 FM as well as 1240 AM in Anderson, Madison County. And also on the streams, the command for your Alexa device to listen to that station is play WHBU if you want to listen in that fashion. Here, though, on WMUN, we have the Daleville Broncos at West Del. Kurt Darling, I think, is on the call of that one tonight. 5:20 is the Pre-game start time right here on WMUN. The Pacers have a late game, so we'll have a doubleheader game situation. Not till 10 p.m. will they start on the left coast, as they're still trying to make something out of a season that has been kind of tricky. That'll be a 10 p.m. airtime. And then after that, I'm not even going to go from my sports list here because it gets a little confusing as far as what might happen and so on based on the outcomes of the high school games from last night. We will have Kurt Darling talking about that. Today is Wednesday. I've lost all track of time. We'll have him on the social media and on the Power Hour this afternoon with Mr. Mark Forrester. I think Mark might be off one more day. Zach might be on for him today. 4 to 5 p.m. The Power Hour is local sports talk on WMUN, News Talk, Sports Talk, Community Talk. We're the talk radio of Muncie, Indiana. We're looking into a story here where the headline in the Star Press is, and I quote, "Power station request sparks drone debate at Muncie City Council meeting." Just prefaced that headline there because I read in the story some discussions and I guess some comments made by the community, and that's great. The community coming together and speaking and sharing with the council. They ended up, as the article seems to indicate, tabling the possibility of having a charging station for a drone that I think the city police in Muncie use for various reasons. Chief Sloan said within that meeting that it's actually been used for 8+ years and hasn't caused anybody any trouble or disdain so far, and it seems to be very helpful for law enforcement officials to be able to utilize for a lot of different reasons, for searches for bad guys, and also, I suppose, a missing child or maybe a safety issue, I think he mentioned, in a situation before law enforcement is sent into a situation. They can sometimes use that drone to make sure that the coast is clear, as it were. We'll continue following that story and get more to you as the situation warrants. Now, Fox's Hillary Barsky has tips for saving you money on personal loans.
Saving you money, I'm Hillary Barsky. If you're thinking about taking out a personal loan, there's some things you need to know before you apply. Personal loans are popular because home equity loans require collateral to secure the debt. Personal loans do not. Personal loans also have the benefit of fixed interest rates, faster approval times, and they typically have to be repaid in 2 to 7 years. Plus, you can get a personal loan whether or not you own a home. The first thing you need to know is that the better your credit score and financial situation, the lower the rate you'll likely pay. Generally, a 740 plus credit score or a score in the mid 700s and above will give someone the best terms on a personal loan. When applying for a personal loan, make sure you're using it for a need as opposed to a want, like a vacation. For example, a need for a personal loan might help you save a lot of money by paying off high-cost credit card debt at a lower rate and a lot less time than only making minimum payments. Saving you money, Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
WMUN 92.5 FM, 1340 AM, and all the all the rest of the ways you can consume us. Now to Chicago we go for this 2021 report from the archives.
The Dean's List with Janice Dean.
A radio DJ in Chicago who helped a young man he saw walking to and from work makes today's Dean's List. Ramblin' Ray Stevens kept seeing 20-year-old Braxton Mays multiple times each day on his way to work. He decided to offer him a ride one day and heard his story. Braxton told him his truck broke down and he had to walk to work each day. The journey was 12 miles, which took 3 hours each way. Braxton left at 4 a.m. to get to work at 7 a.m. After hearing his story, Ray decided to create a GoFundMe page to help him fix his truck. Any additional money raised past the amount needed to repair the truck is going to be donated to the local Chicago food banks. Braxton says he was raised with a strong work ethic and was fine walking each day, but is so grateful for the donations and love he's gotten from strangers. Meanwhile, Ray has been thanking everyone who helped his new friend, Braxton. Thank you both for showing us what good humans can do for each other. Janice Dean, Fox News.
There's a lot more good humans than there are otherwise in our world, in our midst. It seems not the case sometimes, but I believe it to be true. Thank you out there listening for being a good human. Thank you to my counterparts in the Axia Command Center this morning, Justin Peckinpah, and Jackson Jacoby, as I was able to emanate again from what we call Studio B. There's a YouTube page called Woof Boom Studio B. Sign up and watch away. Back again tomorrow morning, live on the radio and on the interwebs. This is WMUN.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. No subscription required. Albert is not a bank.